Hey, it's Antrea and Shankar here. We are at, I almost said Denpasar Airport once again. Just lets you know how tired I am. But we're not there yet, where we're at.
We are in Doha,
hmm
and it's a beautiful airport. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's actually one of the best airports that I've ever been in.
Yeah,
It's like a mall.
yeah, it's a beautiful mall, and there's like a botanical garden in the middle. It's really impressive. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
Did you know there was a Ralph Lauren cafe or a Fendi cafe or any of these things?
No, no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either. Why do you think they have these things here?
Because the right target audience is basically the foot traffic here.
And what do you think that target audience is?
Sheiks and people who are very successful in oil and all kinds of international business that probably comes together here.
It feels like it's another world, like it's another life. But anyway, I digress. I wanted to talk about what makes a successful business trip. Like, what do you think we've done so far that's really worked? What did you do last year? What are you doing this year? Like, what makes for a good trip? What are we doing and why?
Well, let's see. Don't overpack, drink enough water,
Ooh, that's a good one.
pay for the Wi Fi because you can get some work done. But if you want to watch movies on your iPad, download them beforehand. Um, have a good neck pillow and just look forward to the experience because you are in a bubble that forces you to just really have focus on yourself and your work. And I actually meditated a little bit too.
Oh, that's
I think
awesome.
I slept maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Probably would have been more if I wasn't speaking Portuguese
Yeah, you had
to the
a
Mozambique couple next to
you
us.
had a very chatty couple next to you, so
Well, I had thought about sleeping, but then I really pay attention to what sleepologist Matthew Walker says and
I did
try to.
everything that he said I shouldn't do.
Oh my gosh!
I had red wine with my meal,
Oh dear.
and I had no, one coffee.
Well, but you did sleep in the first part of it, right? Which is what he said to do.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Well, we'll see how all this plays
that
out
was
because
good red wine though.
and
That
you didn't
was really
share
good.
any of it with me.
No, you could have had your own.
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't need that. But what's interesting about it is, we're getting ready to be on a trip for 2 weeks, but I think part of our success with our company is that we are still engaged even when we're gone.
Yeah.
So we're still planning on working or being available part of the US day.
Well, I was answering business emails from the plane. I
hmm
was actually completing a request from the airport. There's no excuse nowadays, but you need to set yourself up so that you are flexible enough to make it happen. And I have to say that relies on also having good team members at
Oh,
home.
absolutely, 100%.
For our Shanks team members, we're so grateful that you are there helping us. And yeah, just really, really awesome.
Yeah, and on that note, I I feel like this is the importance of comfort because comfort will help you to optimize your productivity and increase your output. So this whole buying Wi-Fi thing is maybe something that I wouldn't have believed in before, like just save money, don't buy the Wi-Fi and or take it easy or something like
It's
that.
gotten
But
cheap though.
it has.
It was $10 for the entire flight. And
Oh,
by
okay.
the way, I have to say, because for the first leg from San Antonio to New York, we came with JetBlue, which is
Oh
supposed to
my
be
goodness.
a low cost carrier. But let me tell you, that low cost carrier was a better experience than Economy Plus in the other carriers. You had leg room, you had free, fast Wi-Fi,
Unlimited,
unlimited. You didn't have to sign up, give them. You didn't even have to give them your phone
very
number
easy
or
to connect. You didn't have
yeah.
to download an app.
And it was such a good experience. I'm
Hmm.
so surprised. JetBlue, awesome.
Yeah, we had a good experience with them. I would say Qatar Airways is good. The food was really good.
Food was good.
Um,
We chose to fly economy, and I have to say, for such a long distance, this was a 12-hour flight.
yes.
I mean, I didn't have a lot of space, I have to say, and then at some point, the flight attendant asked me to put my seat in an upright position so that the person behind me could be served food. And I understand that, but it
Yeah,
was,
you
yeah.
compare it to the JetBlue
Woo.
experience where we didn't even know that the plane took off. It was just very
Yeah.
smooth from beginning to end. Very good service, very good food. But I mean, you know, it's
Yeah.
all a part of the experience.
Yeah.
And
And we fly economy this time, and um I forget what we paid, but it's a decent rate.
what I was not crazy over and not anticipating was the experience in JFK. That
Uh,
was a
that,
royal mess.
yeah, that was crazy. So TSA explained to us, a very nice gentleman, by the way, he explained to us that it was just an off day because more flights than typically left to Japan, I believe, on that Friday afternoon. So they were basically understaffed.
Oh,
Um,
I see.
yeah, and people, it didn't move forward to go through the security check. People got antsy, and people were like, I even saw that the flight crew was told, you have to wait too, because if the
Hmm.
passengers are not in the plane, then nobody's in the plane that you're supposed to fly. So, but there was this one lady who just raised her voice a lot, and she was actually working, she was a TSA agent, and she just raised her voice a lot, and she got one of the passengers so rattled,
Excitable.
excited, that that lady kind of quite literally lost her shit. And the police had to come, and
There was a fight that broke out, right?
yeah,
And
there
she
was a
started throwing hands. I missed it.
like,
At that point, okay, so here's what I take away from the mindfulness sessions that I run every single day. I don't want anything to do with something that's going to upset my peace for a moment. Now,
yeah,
you being a former law enforcement
right,
officer have that ability to maintain calm and observe a situation at the same time. I am highly sensitive to energies.
right,
And I knew as soon as we went into JFK, I was like, there's so much energy here. Like, there's a lot of
right.
like tension. And so at the moment that that breakout happened, I just put my fingers in this shape and I just put myself, away from the noise, the volume increase, and all of that.
Yes, my years in law enforcement made me very tolerant to people screaming. It's nothing that impacts me, that intimidates me. I don't like it, but it's not a situation that I avoid or anything. I stay calm, and I observed it, and they all did pretty well, the TSA agents, except for that one lady that was just not she was really not helping it.
No, she
Um,
escalated the
yeah.
situation. I think that if there had been someone who was just calm and approachable, because the woman, from what I remember, the little that I did watch, she didn't really start anything. I mean, she may have been not compliant, but it would have been by accident. It wasn't intentional. And so there was like a
Yeah.
misunderstanding. And then instead of explaining things, the woman, her voice just kept escalating. I think people who are very sensitive to that, who are sleep deprived or who are confused or don't understand very well, generally don't react very well to those situations. But one of the things Shankar and I were talking about, not that we agree, but that the environment of New York in general is like very high pressure, high stress, tension, and so it's not unusual for a TSA agent to like act with that kind of tone of voice or style of doing the job, and it's kind of accepted as a part of the culture. So whether or not that's true, I don't know. That's just kind of how I think about people in New York in general. But it's just it's another world. I'm super happy to live in Texas, and I think our business is affected in a positive way by
Mm-hmm.
not being surrounded by that type of personality, especially in a position of authority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Texan hospitality and the Texan um, zen, I can almost say, is just a good match for our personalities. I mean, I was happy to be out of JFK, but it was in their defense. I mean, it was really an off afternoon. They were understaffed and everybody was tired.
But it took forever for you to get your bag.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh,
long,
that's
long
yeah.
time.
So I carry a whole backpack full of electronics and the X-rays can't penetrate it. The thing is, electronics are perfect to hide. What? I need to explain this.
Yeah, but I mean, do so in a responsible
I
way.
don't know how I should continue then. Just be careful not to pack too many electronics in your backpack because they don't like it.
Hmm.
And then you have to take everything out a million times, which is what happened to me.
Bundled up cords mean things can be hidden. And yeah, exactly what he said. Be sure just not to do that. That's not unusual that he got stopped. What was unusual was that he had to go through like two times, I think,
Yeah.
through the screening. And so, anyway, but we just wanted to update you in real time what's going on, what our flight situation looks like, what our tips are for traveling, what works for us, what doesn't work for us. I would say one thing I'm looking forward to probably on the way back is that they actually have a sleep lounge. So we want to take advantage of that because it's probably really very comfortable. It's like a pod, I think, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like little comfy rooms where you can sleep. And I just see our crew walking up, so it looks like we're gonna get ready to board soon. I might go to the restroom one more time. I actually went earlier and went into the women's restroom.
I knew it. I
And
had a feeling that was gonna that I needed to tell you
oh,
like, hey, pay attention. I don't know why.
and I was surprised how chill the lady was because we're in a Muslim country and maybe they are a little bit more. But she was like, "Oh, sir, you're in the wrong room." Okay. So very good experience with that. Very kind people.
Yeah, I agree. I have to agree. I think the energy is a lot better.
Yeah,
It's very low
I
key
think
and
one gentleman on the plane. So in the entertainment system in the plane, you had the Quran built into it. So and then I think when it was prayer time,
mm,
one gentleman was like, because the compass would show you where Mecca is.
oh, okay,
So he was doing his prayers.
in that direction.
It was kind of a little bit distracting, but still, it was a great experience to just see it like that.
Is that the one on the left here?
Yeah, it was on the left hand side.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The young guy.
No, no, on the very
Oh, the end,
yeah.
end. I see.
No, the guy next to me was a Chinese American.
Can still,
Could
yeah.
technically be a Muslim, but it was not him. No.
Mm, okay. Well, as Shankar said, we are about to board, and next time we come back, I do want to try those different cafes because I never thought
Yeah,
of a.
Antrea absolutely needs to pay $20 for a cup of coffee, so
Well, that's a part of the experience. Like their
we'll
luxury
let you know.
lines. Does this fit your brand? Like, what's the service like? What was
Yeah,
the food like?
maybe it's
Like
$100. I don't
the
know.
Oreo cafe was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The coffee that I had, which was decaf, tasted like Oreo. And it was
Yeah.
mocha, so that was pretty neat.
Yeah. And we were like sitting at a slightly elevated standing desk, and two people came to us for tech support. So I thought that was funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell that we know something about tech
Yeah,
when
we
you
didn't even
see us.
have our company gear on, so that was interesting.
Yeah. So, but of course, we're always happy to help, right?
Hmm.
Always with a servant mind.
Yeah, so this will be the first
Oh, look,
video.
they're checking in.
Okay.
They're walking in.
All right. Well, we will see you all later. We'll see you in Bali.
Another 10 hours. Mm-hmm. All right.
It's like we're starting all over. Oh, there we go. Bye.